It is important to ease your body into exercise slowly. Warming up your body will help you to avoid injury and enhance your exercise experience. The following movements will prepare your body for exercise by warming up your muscles and loosening your joints. These movements are also good for increasing circulation, supporting joint nutrition, and can help to alleviate general stiffness that is often caused by arthritis. You can also perform these movements in the morning as a great way to get your body ready for the day, or in the evening, 30 minutes before bed, to help avoid nighttime muscle cramps. Are you ready to start? Let's begin.
We are about to begin the warm-up segment of our exercise program. For these first two exercises, you're going to need a chair. If you can sit all the way back in your seat so your backs are comfortably supported by your backrests. Now we're ready to begin ankle rotations. Extend both of your legs straight out in front of you, circling your ankles in towards each other, making gentle circles, both feet rotating in towards each other. And now we're ready to switch the direction. Rotate your ankles away from each other. Again, making gentle circles, sitting nice and tall in your seat. Keep on going, two more, circle away, and next we're going to point and flex. Point the toes out and flex back in. It's point away and point back in towards your kneecaps. And point and flex. Two more. Point and flex. And last one. Point toes away, back in towards your kneecaps. You can lower your feet back to the floor. That was really, really good. The next warm-up is the seated knee extension. Be sure as you do this exercise, you keep the backs of your legs resting on the seat of your chairs. We're going to extend the right leg and bring it down, and left leg and down, and right and down, and left and down. Getting our body warmed up for the exercises to come. Few more, right and down, left and down. Two more on each side, right, left, and last one, right and left. Great job. Well done for both of you. The next warm-up is called arm swings. Be sure you keep your hips facing forward and your feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to gently move our arms from side to side, warming up our spine, torso, and shoulders. Keep on going several more times. Reminder again, hips facing forward, stand or sit nice and tall. If you're in a chair, be sure your arms are right over the armrests of your chair. Let's do two more. One and two. Great work. This is called a shoulder roll. If you're seated, gently place your hands on your thighs. If you're standing, stand nice and tall. We're ready to lift the shoulders up towards the ears, back behind you, and down. Continue lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, back behind you, and down. Don't forget, breathe normally and work at a pace that's comfortable for you. Let's do two more. Shoulders lifting up towards the ears, back behind you, and down. And last one. Shoulders lifting up towards the ears, back and down. Super job. We're going to place both hands right out in front of us and begin rotating the wrists one in towards each other, making gentle circles with our wrists rotating inward. Let's reverse the direction and rotate the wrists away from each other. Keep on going. And we're going to now place our forearms parallel with the floor, pointing the fingers up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. Point fingers up and down, and several more times. Fingers up and down, and last two. Fingers pointing up and down, and one more. Fingers up and down. Good. Now relax. The next warm-up is for our hands and fingers. Bring your hands right out in front of you and gently flick away your fingers, starting with the wrist and flicking those fingers away. Keep on moving those fingers as you flick away. Keep your arms and hands relaxed. 2 more. And 1, and 2. And from here, we're going to play the piano right in front of us, using the fingers and thumbs at the same time. Playing the piano, making sure that the fingers are wiggling, thumbs are moving. Let's do it for another couple of seconds. Let's relax the hands down by our side. Great, we're almost done with our warm-up. The last warm-up is a neck warm-up. We're going to be doing head turns. We're going to look over our right shoulder, back to center, and left shoulder, back to center. Gently moving over towards the right shoulder, back to center, and left, back to center. 2 more times. Looking over right, center, looking towards left, and center. 1 more time. Right, center, left, and center. Great. We're all warmed up and ready for our exercise.
Strength training helps to keep our muscles, bones, and joints strong. Strengthening our muscles can help decrease our risk of falls, as well as improve and maintain our overall ability to remain active. When performing strength exercises, we can use weights in the form of hand weights, wrist or ankle weights, or even a can of soup or bottle of water. Many strength exercises can also be done without weights by simply using your own body weight. What follows are a few important strengthening exercises with and without weights for the lower and upper body. Remember, if an exercise or movement causes you pain, that is your body telling you to stop. Always listen to your body. Before we start, here are a few general strength training guidelines. Perform strength exercises 2 times per week with a 2 to 3 day rest in between sessions.
Begin with up to 10 different exercises, performing 8 to 12 repetitions for 1 to 3 sets.
Rest 1 to 2 minutes between each exercise. Start with light weight or no weight at all. Perform exercises in a slow and controlled manner. Never hold your breath during the exercise. Ensure your improvement by remembering to challenge yourself. Let's get started.
We are about to begin the strength training segment of our exercise program. We're going to start with lower body exercises. The first exercise, the chair stand, is great for walking up and down stairs and for getting in and out of a car. To start this exercise, you need to be sitting with your body all the way back in the chair with your feet flat on the floor. If you need to, come forward in your chair until your feet are touching the floor. You can do this exercise by using the armrests of the chair, or a more difficult version by crossing your arms over your chest. Bring yourself into the position with your armrests and your hands crossed over your chest and begin to stand, pushing into your feet, leading with your chest and head as you come all the way up to a standing position. Standing nice and tall. Now we're going to sit back down in the chair, all the way down into the chair, land lightly and use the armrests if you need to. Let's continue keeping your feet planted on the floor, lowering yourself down into your chair, landing lightly. Try not to flop into your chair and all the way up to a nice tall position. A good reminder is to keep a little tension in your lower belly as you do this exercise. All the way up to a standing position and all the way down, landing lightly into your seat. All the way up, standing nice and tall for a few seconds, and all the way down into your seat. Use those armrests if you need to. All the way up and back down into your chair. 2 more. All the way up to a nice tall position, landing lightly as you go back down to the chair, and we're ready for our last one. Come all the way up to nice tall standing position and landing lightly as we go back down to our seated position. Great job. We're about to start the second lower body strengthening exercise, the toe and heel raise. This exercise can be done from a seated position or it can be done from a standing position. Be sure to go directly behind your chair and get a good grasp onto the back of the chair before you start. Make sure that your shoulders are right over your hips and knees are right over your ankles. Standing nice and tall, hands resting on the back of the chair if you're standing. Press into the balls of your feet as you lift your heels off the floor and slowly lower down. As soon as your heels touch the floor, begin to lift your toes off the floor. Resist pushing back through your hips if you're standing when you're coming down and up in this position. And now we're going to do the heel raise. Heels up, resist moving forward, and heels down, and toe raise. Let's continue with the same pattern of heel raise and down and toe raise and down. Remember, try not to push back as you lift your toes. Keep on going, you're doing great. Several more. I want you to also think there's a string attached to the back of your head. Let that string pull you up towards the ceiling as you're doing this. This will help keep you nice and tall. Several more. Toe raise and down, heel raise and down. And last one. Lift the toes, staying tall and down, and the heels staying tall and down. Excellent job. The next strength training exercise is the bicep curl and the shoulder press. This exercise will help you with lifting and carrying heavy objects. You can do this exercise from a seated position or from a standing position. If you're standing, come in front of your chair, and if you're sitting, slide forward in your seat so that you have enough room to bring your arms down by your legs. We're going to use weights for this exercise, so put a weight in each hand, and we're going to begin by bending through the elbows as we slowly bring the weights up towards the shoulders. We're going to place the palms facing forward as we push the weights up over the shoulders towards the ceiling, only going as high as you comfortably can. And then slowly lowering the weights back down to our beginning position. And we're doing 10 of these. So this is 2, coming up towards the shoulders, pushing up over the shoulders, back down over the shoulders, and slowly lowering the weights down to starting position. Remember to keep a light tension in your belly to help support you as you move your arms up and down over the shoulders and slowly down right by your side. And number 4, this is the bicep curl. Push up, remember, reach only as high as you comfortably can. Hands down over the shoulders and lower. Keep on going. This is number 5. It's pushing up over the shoulders and down. We're halfway there. 5 more. So bicep curl, hands come up in front of the shoulders, pushing it up. Standing nice and tall and sitting nice and tall in your seat. And number 7. Hands in front of the shoulders, pushing up, only 3 more to go, all the way down in front of the shoulders and slowly with control lowering. And we're at number 8, shoulder press, back down, and slowly lower. How are we doing back here? Keep on going. You're doing a great job, Judy. Hands up over your head. And Roz, nice job. Only go as high as you comfortably can. Lowering the hands, and 1 more to finish off number 10. Hands up towards the shoulders, pushing up overhead, back down, and slowly lowering the arms to starting position. You did a great job with this exercise. Congratulations. The next strengthening exercise is the upright row for our upper body. This is a great exercise that you can do to improve your posture. You can do this exercise seated or standing. If you're standing, come right in front of your chair. And if you're seated, scoot forward in your chair so you have enough room to keep your arms right down by your side. We're going to use weights for this exercise, or you could even use, instead of weights, bottles or cans that you can easily find in your cupboard. If you're more comfortable, you can do this exercise without any weights. We're going to position palms facing back, our hands right by our sides. We're going to let the hands come right up just below the shoulders and squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you as you bring your elbows close behind you. Slowly lowering the hands to the starting position. Rowing up, the hands are close to your body. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and lower the hands right down to the starting position. We're going to do 10 of these. This is 3. Coming just below the shoulders, squeeze those shoulder blades together and lowering it down. And 4, rowing up, shoulder blade squeeze, and lowering it down. And 5, halfway there, shoulder blade squeeze, and lowering back down. Continuing with the exercise, rowing up, shoulder blade squeeze, and coming back down to the starting position. And row up, and squeeze those shoulder blades back, and return those hands to the starting position. 3 more, standing or sitting nice and tall, squeeze those shoulder blades, lowering down. And last 2, row up, shoulder blades squeeze, and down. And last 1, row all the way just below the shoulders, shoulder blades squeeze, and down. Excellent work.